Fade to Black breaking news for this Monday, December 15th, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. All right, we're kicking off a brand new week here on Fade to Black. An amazing week tonight. Kimberly Meredith is here. Tomorrow night, Richard Dolan is here. We've got an alchemist on Thursday night or Wednesday night, leading into. Are you ready? Oh, it's Sarah L. Candy, by the way, on Wednesday night. It's going to be insane. And then Thursday night is our 12th anniversary celebration. All right. And I'm just going to spend it with you. We're going to hang out, talk about the past, fun times, the future, all of that stuff with a Fade or Not hangout and AMA. Wow. Heading into our 13th year. Absolutely incredible. It's incredible. It's insane. Not as insane as Bitcoin that dropped $4,000 overnight. I'm telling you, you want stress? You want action? Head to the Bitcoin marketplace. Watch what is going on in there. All right, let's get to it on this day in history. 1836. A fire breaks out at the U.S. Patent Office. 10,000 patent drawings and 7,000 patent models were lost. Holy crap. Here's your fader fact. In the state of Connecticut, a pickle technically isn't a pickle unless it bounces. That's right. And that's your fader fact. All right, let's get to the breaking news, sad news. Nick Reiner, the son of Rob Reiner, has been arrested and is in custody after the legendary Hollywood director and actor and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found stabbed to death in their Los Angeles home in Brentwood. I mean, it was one of those things last night. I just, holy crap, what? Yeah, absolutely insane. Rob Reiner, Princess Bride, Spinal Tap, all that stuff. Wow. New images taken with the Gemini North telescope in Hawaii confirm that 3-Eye Atlas has gotten brighter and greener as it approaches Earth this Friday. It's a big deal. I'm going to do a special show with Christina Gomez on Thursday on Mysteries with the History. So definitely check that out. This is a pretty big week for 3-Eye Atlas. Thousands of people are suing Syngenta and Chevron USA over paraquat exposure. They're alleging the chemical companies failed to warn of dangers of paraquat, despite knowing it could damage human nerve cells and studies showing it's linked to Parkinson's disease. Now, check this out. Syngenta, of course, says there's no evidence that paraquat causes Parkinson's disease. But the numbers are this. More than 6,400 lawsuits against Syngenta and Chevron that allege a link between paraquat and Parkinson's are pending in the U.S. District Court of Southern Illinois. And if that's not enough, another 1,300 cases have been brought in Pennsylvania and 450 right here in California. Using the James Webb Space Telescope, astronomers have discovered the first dinosaur-like monster stars that existed shortly after the Big Bang. These prehistoric titans had masses as great as 10,000 times that of the sun and lived for just 250,000 years. That's crazy. The National Pest Management Association, the NPMA, has named ticks as its 2025 Pest of the Year. That's right. ER visits are at a 5-year high. SpaceX says a satellite deployed from a Chinese rocket almost collided with a Starlink satellite. Yep. China launched 9 satellites last Wednesday using its Connecticut 1 rocket. The payload included 6 Chinese satellites, 2 from the United Arab Emirates and Egypt, and a student-built satellite from Nepal. Here's the deal. One of them was set up to take out Starlink. Well, it's just a hunch. I'm just saying. All right. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this, talking about satellites and what's going on up there. The crash clock measures the stress of the time it takes for a catastrophic collision with satellites orbiting our Earth. If there are no collision avoidance maneuvers, or there is a severe loss of situational awareness, the crash clock, like the doomsday clock, right? But for satellites. Calculations now show that the crash clock is currently at 2.8 days, which says that there is now little time to recover from a widespread disruptive event such as a solar flare. This is in stark contrast to the pre-mega constellation era back in 2018, when the crash clock was 121 days. The number of objects in orbit is rapidly increasing. I talk about this nearly every day on the show, and it's driven by the launch of those mega constellations, an approach to satellite constellation design that involves large numbers of satellites, of course, paired with their rapid launch and disposal. Now, all of the tech up there comes with challenges, including, of course, space debris, collisions, ground casualty risk, optical and radio spectrum pollution, and the alteration of Earth's upper atmosphere through rocket emissions and reentry. Now, if something crazy happens, we may not be able to recover. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, December 15th, 2025. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody on the show tonight, Kimberly Meredith is back with us. It's going to be a great conversation kicking off another week here on Fade to Black. But for now, all I've got is Go Back Lee Tappy.